you this morning, and to anybody listening down the track to one of the recordings. We're very privileged in Australasia to have this system spearheaded by Dana Hunter, Gary Knapp, and myself. And each and every one of you is essential to make it successful and to make sure the education and the breakthroughs in business and wellness and education get spread to the people that are praying for what we have, really, whether it's financial, lifestyle, or wellness. And today I'm very excited to host Naomi Joy as our speaker this morning. You're going to love what she has to present. She's just an outstanding educator and very dedicated to lifting people up. Naomi started building her business with Manatech 8 years ago. Her background was in teaching, and she also had a traditional retail business. Naomi is a mom to 3 beautiful children who are her big reasons why she is building this business. She went from struggling to make ends meet and going further into debt in an international business and traveling to further into debt. Fast forward into now where she has an international business and traveling the world. The products have changed her life as well. One of her favorite things to do is to travel to new destinations and experience the cultures there. Naomi is a multi-award winner, including being twice recognized as Australasian Associate of the Year. As one of Manatech Australasia's top business success coaches, Naomi is well known for her marketing prowess. In partnership with James Hannon, she has created a marketing program called Rise Social Media, which has rapidly created raving fans. In this training, Naomi will coach you today on choosing your niche and how to attract the right people for you. So Naomi, thank you again for giving some time to this greater community.
Thank you so much, Sharon, and thank you, Sharon, Gary, Diana, for everything that you do. These calls are amazing, and we really appreciate all the time that you put in for the Manatech community. We really value you guys, so thank you so much.
Well, it's truly equally selfish. We gain so much. So Naomi, I'm just going to go off camera, get my notebook out, and listen and learn. Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming on today. I feel very privileged that you've come on to hear what I've got to say. And I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed to be in Manatech. The decision I made 9 years ago has transformed my life, but initially it transformed my health. And that's, I think for a lot of people, that's where it starts. But even if it didn't start with you, just know that we are in the best company, literally the best company. And I get approached by other companies and I can't be authentic. I would never be able to be authentic in promoting their products because, when I compare them to Manatech, there's no comparison. And I just want you to know that you are in the absolute right place. And I see fads come and go. I've been in this company long enough to see fads come and go, and the next best thing is here, and then all of a sudden they're forgotten about. But Manatech is such a strong foundational company because their products are just amazing. And, I just want you to know that you're in the right place, and this is the right time for Manatech. And yes, things, on social media and the online community and COVID has changed a lot of things. And people are thinking, wow, I've got to kind of move more back online. And Sharon mentioned how I do love traveling, but obviously that hasn't happened this year. So, there's other things to enjoy about just being home in your own community and getting out and enjoying things. But, with things changing, we have to sort of start to change maybe the way that we're marketing. And you may have looked at this, and I want to congratulate you, the ones that are here, because some people might have looked at this topic and thought, no, I can't do that. That's not for me. I can't, I'm not gifted in that. I want to tell you, I wasn't either. This isn't a specialty of mine. It wasn't. I was a teacher and I ran a traditional business that did not back then have anything to do with online. I don't even think we had websites back then. And so it wasn't something that came easy for me, but if you've ever learned a new skill, just pop in the comments if you've ever learned a new skill. So pretty much if you're a parent, you've had to learn some new skills. If you, you know, if you walked, you had to learn how to walk. So just comment there if you've ever learned some new skills, because absolutely, yes, yes. So great. So come with that thought process. Come with the thought process. Rather than saying, I'm not good at this, I don't know, I don't understand online, you know, I can't do that, that's not what I'm good at. Come with the thought process that I can learn something new. That, and rather than saying, I can't do it, say, I'm learning that. So you might put that in the chat. I can learn something new. I'm learning how to get better on social media, how to market a different way. And it's actually using the similar concepts that you've always used to market, and it's just slightly changing that a little bit to do it online. And it definitely is something you can learn, and it's not something you can learn overnight. I'm just letting you know. So, you know, be patient. And I think that's probably one of my biggest, you know, skills and attributes is that I'm persistent, and I'm persistent in learning what I need to learn, and I don't give up. And they're awesome, Sue. Sue, you are amazing. Sue's one in our mastery in my social media, and yeah, such a blessing. So it's all about, firstly, your mindset as you come into this. And like I said, I want to congratulate you, because some people would have looked at this and gone, oh no, I'm not getting on there today. But you're here. So you've already said, okay, I want to learn. So just lean into that and know that sometimes when you're learning something new, it can feel overwhelming. It can be like, oh my gosh, so much information. But that's a good thing. That's an absolutely good thing, because it means that you're growing. And if you're stagnant, then, you know, nothing ever changes and you don't really get anywhere. But when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, like, whoa, this information is a bit new, that's a good thing. But you're going to get the recording of this, and you can stop it and pause it, take some notes now, but then come back and just stop and pause and go through the information as you go on. So I'm going to firstly share my screen and take you through a little bit of a presentation. And if we've got time at the end, I want to show you some things in Canva that you can do. And if you're using Canva, just let me know. Some people, again, it's like a new thing, but it's actually a really fun avenue to use or website to use. So it's called canva.com. You can get a free membership there, and it's something that I use all the time. And this morning I'm doing a first for you. So this is a first for you. So you might be like, oh, wow, she's, you know, she knows everything, but this is my first, okay? I'm actually going to share a presentation that I did in Canva. So let's hope that I'll just quickly hop in here a little bit. And so you're going to see how you know, you can do lovely presentations in Canva as well. Oops, sorry, my son's messaging me. Okay, if anyone's got teenage kids, they ask for money all the time, just telling you. So this is, I'm going to take you through this presentation, and then I'd like to show you a few things in Canva if we've got time to go through this. So today is about how to create a simple funnel. Now, you might be like, oh, what even is a funnel? Okay, creating a funnel is just like taking your customer on a journey from interested or not even interested. So they don't even know that they need your product yet to buying. And I'll tell you why that you want to be doing something like that. So this is called the greater market formula. So at the top, there's only 3% of people that are ready to buy right now. So only 3% of people are ready to buy. So just keep that in mind. And then 17%, they're in that information gathering mode. So maybe they've checked out some other products, you know, they're starting to gather information. They know they've got a problem, you know, they're looking at lots of options. 20%, they're problem aware. So they know they've got a problem. They know they don't have energy. They know, you know, they're not feeling well, but they haven't really started looking for something to help them yet. And then we've got 60% down the bottom that are not problem aware. So that's a fair chunk of people from the 3% who are ready to buy now. Then you've got 97% of people, the rest of the people, and a big chunk of 60% that aren't even aware they've got a problem. You know, that it might be in the back of their mind, they know that they've got aches and pains or something, but they're not really aware that they need to do something about that problem. So most people are marketing to the 3% that are ready to buy right now. And, you know, if you've ever talked to somebody about the products and they haven't bought the products and you like, oh, they didn't buy my product, far out, I'm not good enough. You know, you start to doubt yourself. Just know that only 3% are going to buy straight away. So there's nothing wrong with you, you're fine, but understand only 3% are ready to buy straight away. They've been looking for something, you came in at the right time, everything aligned, and, you know, but most people are like, buy my water, it's the best water, it's scientifically validated to quench your thirst, I have the best prices on water. So that's the marketing that most people are doing is, you know, buy my product, it's the best, and yes, you're going to get the 3%. And so this is what the 3% are going to say. I'm thirsty now. And then you say, would you like this fresh glass of water? Yes, please. That's really simple. Don't you love those people? If you've ever had someone like that, it's like, oh, thank you, so easy, makes my job easy. You want it right away. And, you know, they may have a few little objections, but they're really simple to you know, to overcome. They're in that buying mode. They want to buy your product. It's super simple. But that's only 3%, so remember that. And that's what I want to show you into now. So the 37%, so that's that first 17 and the next 20. I'm kind of thirsty. What should I drink? So they were aware of the problem. They're kind of thirsty, but they don't know what to drink. So that's, you know, the 17%, they're starting to gather the info, and 20% are the problem aware. And then you've got 60%. They don't even know they're thirsty yet. They don't even know that they need your product yet. They don't even realize. They haven't really related their symptoms to anything. They're just like, oh, well, this is life. I'm going to just go along. This is how I have to accept my life for the rest of my life. This is just normal. So the massive market formula, once you understand this, you'll swoop up the majority of the market that's being ignored. Because guess what? The 3% that are ready to buy, all of the other big companies, all of the other big marketers are going after that 3%. So trying to get to that 3%, it's kind of hard. You know, you've got to compete with some other big marketers. And so, you know, for us and what we do, the focus really should be on that other 97%. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So most people treat every lead like a 3% who are ready to buy now. They don't have a system in place to capture and nurture the other 97%. So what you're wanting to look at is, number one, a system that attracts, a system that educates. This call is amazing for that. And then a system that nurtures. Okay, so a system that attracts, that educates and nurtures. That's what you're really looking for when you're bringing somebody in to finding out more about Manatech. And then finally, a system that gets customers to act, because that's why we're in business. Let's face it, we're in business to sell products, but also to help and transform lives. But we can't transform lives if they don't buy the products. Well, we can give them the product, but that only lasts so long. It's great for them to have an investment in the product, because then they're more likely to get, really use the products properly. So your systems not used start to do the work in educating prospects, in following them up and delivering that valuable content. And when they reach out to you, you know that they're predisposed, they're pre-qualified, they're ready, willing and able to do business with you. And that's the great thing about that. So really the focus is moving people up the pyramid. Now, I've spoken many times on this, and so I'm not going to go over it, but if Facebook groups, I find are such a powerful way to do this. So if you want to start sort of a simple little funnel, just set up a Facebook group, and in there, you're going to do things like educate and nurture people. Okay, so that's a really simple way, but I'm showing you a different kind of funnel today. And remember, we're coming with that I can learn something new mentality, because, that's really, really important here, is to come with that mentality. So let's look at moving those people up from maybe they don't know that they even have a problem, to moving up to ready to buy. So we're looking at some sort of opt-in. So number one thing, and if you haven't started to do this, that's okay. What you really want to start to do is build what's called a list. And so getting people's email. And James is going to go into more detail about email marketing. And I know Ty talked about email marketing and the power of that. So start to think in terms of getting people's emails now, so that you have a list building, because there's a lot of power in a list. And how do you get people's emails? Like, obviously they're not always just going to say, oh, here's my email. You generally have to give something in, it's like a transaction. And that's the first transaction you're actually going to have with your customer, is that transaction of an email for giving something of value. Okay, so the opt-in could be an ebook, it could be a webinar, it could be a checklist. So, it doesn't have to be too complicated. And you know what, Manatech even has a Smoothie ebook. So, it doesn't have to be complicated. And then what you do then is you're educating them through email marketing. Now, I did talk about that, about in groups, that you can educate them in groups as well. But I really want to focus on this side of things as well, because we don't want to just be building our business on Facebook, because Facebook, they could take something away from you at any time. They could close your account down. They have all power, Facebook, and just know that. I think they're screening a lot of information at the moment. But you don't ever want to build you don't want someone else to own your list. You want to kind of get their email. So if you don't learn anything else today, just start to build up your email list. And then you start to educate them on how you can solve their problem. And then nurturing. Answer any objections. So they are going to have objections, and show them that you're the one to help them. You're the one to help them get what they want. Because if you're not talking about their problem, they are not listening. Just say that again. If you're not talking about the problem that they have, they don't care about how scientifically validated. Not yet, not yet. They do after you talk about their problem. So when you attract them with what problems they're having, then they're going to listen to what you have with the product. Okay, so let's have a look at this. I'm just going to take you through a simple funnel. Just say you wanted to market True Plenish. So you're wanting to market True Plenish. Now, if you were just going after the 3%, you'd like, buy my True Plenish. It's the best. Oh, I didn't even spell it right. It's the best on the market. Lose weight now. Okay. the 3% that have been looking for a good, meal replacement, they're ready to buy. But remember that you're also competing with all of the other big companies that are doing meal replacements. And so that's where, if you're just focusing on that area, you're losing 97% of people that could buy your product. So start with your target market. So this is really important. With any of the products, start with your target market. So I'm doing a little example here of a target market. Now, okay, cool. So the target market for me in this scenario that I'm talking to you about is maybe busy young mums. Okay, so I'm going to use the imagery of busy young mums. They don't have time to prepare healthy meals and look after themselves. They may be low in energy because they're super tired. They may be wanting to lose some baby weight and they're hungry all the time. Okay, so they're the problems that busy young mums are having. Now, you could probably name a whole heap, but there's probably some of the main problems that busy young mums are having. So remember that you can do this with any of the products, okay? So and I have talked before about finding your target market, and, there's more information on that, but that's not what this is today because, I personally probably wouldn't do this. I'm just giving you a little bit of an idea because my target market isn't busy young mums, but it's busy older mums. Not saying old, but in their prime. Oh, not even the prime. Anyway, they're between 40 to 60 who have teenagers calling and messaging them for money all the time. So there's a problem. That's why you need a good income coming in. So that's the target market, okay? So what I'm going to create for that target market is a busy mum smoothie ebook. And I'm going to show you how to do this. Hopefully we've got time, just making sure. Yep, good. Okay, so this is the Busy Mum Smoothie ebook. Okay, I've kind of used a young girl on the front there, and I've called it the Busy Mum Smoothie Recipe Book. So it's easy, quick, nutritious, vegan, helps improve body composition, helps increase metabolism, maintain lean muscle, reduce feelings of hunger, increases satiety, supports healthy weight management, promotes healthy weight loss, and promotes healthy digestion. Okay, so a really simple ebook. You don't have to do a lot of recipes. Manatech's got already a heap of smoothie recipes, but I'm sure you've got your own as well. They used to also have a heap for Osaline. So, that's what you can use there. So in another, for example, if I was wanting to market, say, Plus, now I wouldn't say buy my Plus, remember, like buy my water. I would say 7 tips for balancing your hormones. So what you're doing is you're giving value, you're helping people with the problem that they have. And when you help people with the problem that they have, they're more interested in what you're saying. Okay, so, the 7 tips to balancing hormones obviously is going to include, making sure that people have enough phytosterols in their diet. If it was, say, bounce back, you could do something on the 5 ways to reduce inflammation in your body, something along those lines. So, I'm just trying to give you some ideas, and you might, get with your teams and spark some ideas, and you could even work together as a team to create things. So, and Canva is a great way to do that because you can share all of your creations with your team. So, it doesn't have to be you do it alone. You can kind of get together, have a little bit of a brainstorm. What sort of, what sort of market would you like to target? And then, create something. Okay, so let's talk about, so I've created my Busy Mum Smoothie ebook, and then how do I market it? you know, so let's talk about social media posts. So I would show a photo of a smoothie and ask anyone who would like a smoothie ebook for mums. You know, I would show it maybe in the story. I would show my smoothie ebook. I would, you know, maybe live videos are a great way. And listen, a great thing that is so simple is just people are very interested in someone making something. You know, if you've ever watched a recipe video, they're very interested in that. So I might just do a live video making a smoothie recipe from the ebook. And that's where you, like, if you're a bit nervous about live videos, you can just make a recipe. You can just make a smoothie, and that's a great way to start. So you don't have to think about, you know, bringing lots of value content. You know, it's a great place to start. Groups and forums on Facebook, or forums, you know, offline and in websites and things like that. You can offer your free smoothie ebook. So again, so you're not, you know, buy my product. You're actually offering value, so people are more likely to listen. Okay, and obviously the smoothie recipes are going to have true plenish. And I will show you how to lead people back to your website then. Now, again, there's a fair bit of information. You can take a screenshot, but, you know, you can always come back to this. And so I wanted to give you like the first 5 emails, you know, once you've got their email, so that you say, oh, could I please have your email? I'll send that off to you. No selling. You don't sell anything at that point. There's nothing like that, okay? You can definitely follow up later, okay, but not at this point. This is just about giving that value to people. Okay, number 1, thank you and send the ebook. Super simple. That's your first email. Again, I'm not going to sell in this one. This is just to send the ebook, okay? So it's just to bring that value, and people are enjoying it. And then number 2, we go to the problem and the solution. So the problem for these young mums, they want to be healthy, but they're too busy, they're feeling run down, they've got no time to prepare healthy meals because, you know, they're running around with kids and whatever they're doing. So that's the problem that they're having, and the solution is True Plenish. Now, you could also go about the problem with some meal replacement shakes compared to what True Plenish is. And so you could go either way there, but, you know, you're talking to the problem that these young mums have in particular. And that's why it's so, if you're really targeting on the markets, because sometimes you say, oh, my products are for everybody, but you may sort of lose who they're for. Like if you don't target in on somebody, then you know, you miss everybody really, because it doesn't relate to anybody. Obviously, this is not going to relate to men. So, you know, it might be, if it was for men, I'd probably do 10 smoothie recipes to help you through your work day or something, you know, something along that lines. And obviously the look is going to be quite different. Number 3 is a testimony. So just share a testimony of someone, or an endorsement of someone who benefited from using True Health. Now, it doesn't even have to be like a big weight loss testimony. It could be more about how, you know, it's satisfying. I still have probably, you know, quite almost every day have a True Plenish, because I like that it helps. It's a fast, quick meal, number 1. I can have, you know, it's healthy. I'm getting all my nutrients and the good vegan protein. So, you know, just find someone who's got a testimony there. Now, overcome the objections. So, you know, one of the objections that might come up, and you've got to kind of think through, what are some of the objections that I've had to buying our products? So it may be cost. So, you know, the objection would be, oh, well, you know, it costs $4.90 per meal, so it fits into your budget, and then you can list like what's inside, and, you know, the possibilities of getting that. Dr. Nugent says it's the best meal that you'll ever get for this price. You cannot get a meal for $4.90 that has this kind of nutrition in it. And then the last one is your sales email. Now, this is kind of where you close the deal. And, you know, it is a little bit more salesy, but, you know, you don't have to be over the top. But this is where you're really wanting them to buy now. And within that, you can make it really easy. So what I'm finding these days is people are, they want easy. You know, they buy on Amazon with one click. So they're looking for easy. So get your Manatech website link. So everybody in Manatech gets their own personal website link. Get your personal website link, and I would even go a little bit further and go to the fat loss products, so it's not so hard to find them. And get that website link, and then you put this in your sales email. Now, all along, I am putting my website link, because you never know at what point people are going to, not the first email, I don't in there. I'm going to show you how to put it into your book though. But you don't put it into there, but all along, I'm doing a little PS at the bottom. If you'd like to have a look at True Plenish, or you like to, we've got a special on, so announcing that there's the special, you know, with the 2 True Plenish and the True Pure with 20% off. You can grab it here. And then obviously in the sales email, you're doing your call to action. And then this is where you want to illustrate what success will look like if they buy True Plenish. So, you know, they're going to have more energy, to make sure that they're eating healthy meals, and, you know, reduce their fat and increase their lean muscle. So there's a simple kind of funnel. Now, I know I've gone through this quickly, and some of you remember what I said about overwhelm. That's okay. Just take it a step at a time. It's always, with anything in marketing, it's always about, I'm going to take one step at a time, bite that off and chew it, and then I'll move on to the other steps. And, you know, it doesn't mean that you stop with your other marketing that you're doing, you know, offline. You know, I'm still always doing that, but you can start to sort of work on a little thing down the side while you're working on those other things. But that's sort of the process. So we're looking at who's my target market, what product would help my target market, and what kind of problems are my target market having. So how can I solve those problems? Now, we know, again, that, you know, the products will solve their problems, but sometimes for that greater market share, you want to take them on the process. So these young mums, they might have not even been aware that they have a problem. I mean, they know that they're sitting there hungry while they're trying to breastfeed, or whatever it is. They know that they're not eating as healthy, but they're not really fully aware that, you know, they've got a problem that needs a solution just yet. They're still sort of, yeah, it's not really fully there. And this is a perfect time for you to target those people, because the bigger companies, you know, the bigger companies that produce these, they haven't really targeted those people yet, because they haven't put their hand up as the 3% actually going to websites looking for vegan protein powders. So if they're looking for vegan protein powders, then, you know, the big companies have, yeah, they've got ways to kind of track them to buy the products. But, you know, that's why you're looking for that other market that don't really know, or they're aware of the problem but haven't started to search anything yet. So that's where you're wanting to look for. So hopefully that, just before I go in, and I'll just check that everything is okay. Okay, good, excellent. So how does it, can everybody see how that could work? So you know, you're not just targeting on that product, you're starting to actually reach out to people that don't even know they need your product. Can you see how this kind of flow would work? And, you know, it doesn't have to be complicated. There's obviously ways that you can you know, make this automated, but you don't have to do that yet. You can just start out simple, write your 5 emails out on, you know, a notes document. So in notes, because that's a better place to do it probably than Word. And then you've got, you know, you've got those 5 emails already pre-written, and, you know, you don't have to, you know, think about them every time. And obviously there, like I said, there is ways to automate that, but I'm not wanting to go there because this is about simple flows. But just start to think about getting your customers' email and giving them something of value. Now, it can be, the thing of value could be as simple as, you know, one of these calls that, you know, that we get. So it could be the Dr. Nugent call. And I love what you guys are doing because, you know, it's all about how a woman could be more healthy. So, you know, you might be targeting women and you can just send them the call and then follow up. So follow up with some emails around that. So thank you, here's the link to listen to the call. The problem is, you know, women are feeling more and more run down, their health is suffering, they've got lots of things on their plate. And so you're thinking about the problem that they have and then the solution, find a testimony, overcome the objection, and then the sales email. So this way you're not always like hassling people with, oh, are you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? You're actually giving them some value in a structured way with your emails. And these emails, this sequence, it works, guys. It really does work. You know, it's a sequence that actually brings your customer through that funnel. Well, we're going up the pyramid, which is ironic, isn't it? To the place that they're ready to buy. Now, what I'm going to show you is how simple, because you might be going, oh, I don't know how to create those ebooks and things like that. Let me show you how simple this could be. Okay, so like I said, Canva, if you haven't got Canva, you can get it free. You know, there is the upgrade where you get some extra, you know, extra features, but that if you're just starting out, you don't need to do that. And so it's a great place to use. So you come in here and then I'm just going to click on Create a Design, and then I'm going to click on A4 document. Okay, so A4 document, create a design. It's already come up with for me because I do search it, but if I, you know, obviously if I searched A4, that's what's going to come up. So that's what I use to create anything. So click on that. Now, the great thing about Canva is you don't even have to design. So you might be thinking, oh, I'm not very good at designing. It's going to show you some templates. So here's the templates at the top. Look at all these lovely templates here. But I want to sort of target it down, and I'm going to look at recipe. Okay, so I'm going to click on recipe. Okay, so look at all these beautiful templates that already come up. Now, obviously, you know, I want to, you know, use something in the colors maybe that I already have started or that will appeal to that target market. And you can, what I do, I just study what other people are doing. Like I look at, okay, what kind of colorings are working for different markets? What kind of branding are they using? And when, you know, when it's working for somebody, you know, that you can copy the sort of the look and feel of things. Obviously you never go and copy exactly, but you can definitely copy the look and feel of things. Now again, coming into here, you might be, oh, well, this is really overwhelming. Just take your time, play around with it. You know, that's all I did to learn it. I just played around with it a little bit and you will find you'll fall in love. Like that's the presentation now. I do all of my presentations on here. So it is a wonderful, and you can just go into templates, and that was a template there. So it's already got, you know, the colors, and, you know, if I wanted to choose a different template, there's a different templates on my presentations. So simple to use. And then I've got a nice looking template. I find it so much easier than PowerPoint because I don't have to transfer any photos over. It's all there. So let's go back to this one. So I might just use this one. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to do the cookie, but I might do smoothie recipes for busy mums. Now it's very much like, you know, Word or anything like that. You can change the size of things. So here's the size here. I might just take that down. So it's very much like Word or anything like that. So the ultimate smoothie recipes for busy mums. Awesome. There I go. Obviously that's not a smoothie. So I'm just going to click into there and remove that photo. And then come over to photos here. And I'm going to search for smoothies. Now, you can upload your own photo. Canva does have some. If you've got the free version, you may have to pay for it. So just be aware of that. But I'm going to pop, that's the one I used before, and that fits quite nice. So see how easy that was? Just remove that because that's not, you know, my right brand, pastry chef. There I have my cover for it. And then all I need to do is come down here. I'm going to add a page. Go back to my templates here and just find a template that would work for this. And this one might work. And I can remove that back photo and go back to my smoothies. This will be my Berry Delight smoothie. Okay, again, I can change that to Berry Delight smoothie. And if I wanted to change that color to more of the colors that I was using, like I said, it's just like Word or anything else. So you might think, oh, I don't know this. Just take some time and practice and come in here and have a little play. It's actually really fun. You will enjoy this. I'm going to put my ingredients here, and I'm going to put the true plenish, obviously. So I'm just going to increase that a bit so you can see. So I do 1 cup of mixed berries. 2 scoops vanilla true French. Okay, and then I might, you know, add either 300 mils of water. If I wanted to add any other ingredients to there, I could. And then the instructions is basically whiz it all up. And enjoy. So you know, the smoothie recipes are quite easy, but people are very interested. Now, again, if I wanted to do another sort of ebook, if I was going to do, I'll just come here, if I was going to do 7, so I'm going to get rid of the recipes now. And just think if I wanted to do like, you know, 7 ways to balance your hormones. So, come down. As you can see, there's so many, and sometimes they actually come, if you can see, some of them have like extra pages, so you know, you can just come in here. So if I was going to do that one, you know, obviously change the photo to say a woman, you know, because if she's balancing hormones, woman. And then another little trick here is I can do it in a vertical. So I'm going to do vertical so that only the verticals show up. So, you know, that might work. There you go. It automatically went in there. So I probably just changed that color so it's a bit more of a contrast. And there I have my cover of my ebook. Now, you saw how quick that takes. again, I have practiced this. I definitely wasn't like this when I started, but it's all about practicing, having a growth mindset that says, yes, I can learn something new. I can have a little bit of fun with this, and I'm not going to break anything. I'm not going to wreck anything. I can have a little bit of fun. So going back to the smoothie recipe concept, now I would also add, so this is just one I created quickly earlier. I would also just add something about the True Plenish shake. Now, I'm happy to give this as a template for anybody that wants it. So I'll give it to Sharon and she can give this as a template. So it will make it a little bit easier for you if you did want to do like a smoothie recipe book. But I want to show you something really interesting here, and I'll definitely take my link off so you know that don't have to worry. But see where it says click buy here? And again, take your moment. You know, come with the growth mindset. So if you click buy here, I can come up to effects. Oh, sorry, not there, not effects. See this little link? That little link there. Now, you know, there's a lot of things that you can pop a link in. I think Word has the capacity of popping links in as well. But so it's just the same as using any of the other place. So I'm going to put my link. Now, what I've put in here, I've just gone to my Manatech website, got my account number, which is that one, and you know, I copied that account, that website. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'll just come back here and I click paste. That's it. So I'm going to apply that. So that's there in case of the 3%, or if at any time they're making they've gone through the recipe and they thought, oh, I want to try that True Plenish. Where would I? You know, it's easy for them to go because it's already in the Smoothie ebook, so they can click to buy there. So super simple thing that you can do to make it easy for people when they're ready to buy. So again, take your time with this, play around. It's not, you know, it's not as hard as you think. You've always learnt new skills. It's just a matter of taking that time. So for anybody that feels like they'd like to create a little smoothie ebook, this was actually just one of the templates I found in there that was a smoothie recipe book. You know, you could just start with that and put your, you know, put some information about True Plenish in there or whatever product it might be. And then again, you just add the page of, you know, to add the smoothies. Now, you know, there's so many things here that you could use for that, lots of recipes and things like that. So, you know, I hope that's sort of shown you, maybe given, all I'm hoping to do today is maybe give you some ideas, give you some strategies that you can start sort of working towards. It doesn't have to be hard, and if you tell yourself, I can learn new things, I can do this, then you'll find that, you know, you will be able to create things. Now, I literally just created that in, you know, you saw it was a quick creation. Again, I've used this a bit, but I didn't know Canva not that long ago. I'd never used Canva, but I just sort of took the time to learn those new skills. So hopefully that's kind of given you, remember, you can go back, stop, pause, watch what I've done, but hopefully it's given you some ideas of how you can maybe market in a little different way to get that other 60%, or the bigger market out there that the big companies haven't worked out that they want that yet. And so you can get in there and start to connect with them. And yeah, I hope that's given you some ideas. We may be having some questions, so we'll come back. And if Sharon, you want to come on and help me.
I'm coming. My camera is thinking about turning on. Here I am. There's quite a few questions. about, so one of them is how to opt into the email list so you can receive the template, which I'll put the link down there for you shortly. A lot of say, yes, please, I want it, yes, please. But there was one question that says, oh, I missed it. The template. Oh, how do you send it out? How do you save it to send it out?
Okay. Okay, sure. So I'll just quickly come back in. Now there is training on Canva. So Canva itself will have some training. So if you need that, then you can come in and Canva will show you know, you can go through the Canva training as well. So just know that, like, there is the training for that. So if I'm wanting to print that out, you see this little, it's like a little download button. I'm going to download it as a PDF print. Okay, so download that as a PDF print. If it's not too big, you should be able to send that in email. Now with any kind of larger files, it may be a little bit harder to send through email, but you can use, if you've ever used Dropbox or whatever you've used to send sort of a bigger file to customers. But if you just make it a smaller ebook, then that will be fine to go through email that way. So, you know, basically it's just click download and then that downloads to your laptop. And it's like if you're sending anything to a customer through email, then you just upload the file there. So that's sort of the simple way to do that. But yeah, lots of great things. So again, if you're wanting to work with the team on this, so you can actually share this and share a link to edit. So you can copy that and you can work with, you know, your team on creating that. So just say, you know, you do a little team project and say, oh, everybody find a new smoothie recipe book. Now I am just doing smoothie recipes only because that's my what I've given you as an example, but you know, there's lots of different things that you could do. This time of year though, people are thinking about, you know, smoothies and healthy and lighter meals and things like that. So that's going to work quite well. So you just copy that link and I'm going to send that. So today, what I will do is I'm going to use it as a template. Now that's if I've got the paid version, which I do, so, but you don't need the paid version. You can just download that to have your Canva open and then you'll get that link and you can use it. So I'll fix up the template a little bit and get that ready for you. So, you know, you can use this as well. I'll, you know, use a few of these examples for your cover. Now, again, this is for busy mums, but it could be for anything. So obviously if it's for men, you're changing the colours. But, you know, if you could do it for the older busy woman or whatever, you know, or just for, you know, smoothie recipes for losing weight or losing fat and building lean muscle. So, yeah, a lot of different things that you could do there.
Fantastic. And there's Irene arrived late, so just wanting to understand if you've just talked about email, where you would post a presentation, email, book recipes. Is it to a group, personal profile, or email it out? I talk too fast.
Okay, so the ebook's going to be emailed. So that's those 5 emails. So the first one's going to send out the ebook. But if I'm marketing on Facebook, I'm just creating a post. And I know we're almost out of time, but I'm going to just quickly show you how simple it is to create a post as well. So I'm going to create a design. I prefer the Instagram posts because they just look a little bit different and nicer. So I'm going to click on Instagram post. So maybe this is, you know, your time to start to check out Canva a little bit and see what you can do to create. And look, they've already got the lovely post. So I would probably, you know, use that one. Again, go to my photos. Just, yeah, use that. And obviously I've just got to get it to the right size. But there I go. and I'll just say smoothie recipes for busy mum. So that would be my Facebook post. Grab my free smoothie ebook on that, or you could show yourself with the smoothie. So that works really well, showing yourself with the smoothie. You know, and you don't even have to create a post for that. You can just take a selfie and show yourself having a smoothie. You could, like I said, you could actually prepare a smoothie. So lots of different options there to grab people's attention, you know, because it's more about making of the smoothie rather than buy the true plenish, which is like, buy my water. You're kind of giving people some value, and they're more likely to listen. And these people might even not know that they want a smoothie. You know, I've never even thought of meal replacement shakes, or never even wanted them until I learned about them and found how convenient they were. So that's the process of education for people.
Fantastic. There's another question about using any of the Manatech images.
So I would, and it's up to you what you want to do. I think Manatech has the smoothie ebook, and they have the coffee ebook, so the coffee recipe book. You know, it's up to you, but I'd probably use the smoothie because you're wanting to give that value, and then you're wanting to, you know, start to you know, talk about the product that's going to answer their problem.
Fantastic. I think that's all the questions. Naomi, what a powerful education. So yes, I can understand you're mentioning the overwhelm quite a bit, but really once you start playing around with it, it is more fun than overwhelming. And you know, everything I've learned new, I just hop on Google and so how do you do this? And there's about a gazillion people trying to tell you.
Exactly.
You watch 2 or 3
Absolutely.
and you figure out what you like, and off you go till you're stuck again. And
yeah, and I think, like you said, if you use the mentality, oh, this is fun, I'm going to have fun with this, then you will have fun with it. If you use it, it's stressful and it's hard, then it's going to be stressful and hard. So you get to choose. Is it going to be fun, or is it going to be stressful and hard?
So Naomi, everybody's been blessed by your generous education this morning. Thank you so very much. You're just a stellar. Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Lovely to be here.
And next week we have James Hannon, and he's going to follow on from this in teaching us how to create emails that engage. So some of the emails, the steps that Naomi talked about. So this will be a follow-on training next week with James. So thank you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Saturday. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.